if we do want to talk about what like God commands and everything, I mean, do you really think that if Jesus were to like come down to earth and look at factory farming, do you think that he would actually be okay with that process of like what we do to animals in factory farms?
No, I think he'd be horrified by that. I think that would be one of the great moral outrages of our generation, that this is what's happening. But
They would flip the tables.
so I'm in favor of responsible farming. But you guys are against that as well? Like, so if I say I only ever eat meat that I raised responsibly.
But you support factory farming, so you're saying that it is okay to do this thing that you are supposedly against.
What? Sorry, it's okay to do the thing that I'm supposedly against.
So, like, you're saying that you oppose factory farming, and you even say that you think Jesus would oppose it and he would be horrified. Yet here you
Yeah.
are saying that you pay for
Well,
it to happen.
there is a certain economia because, so for instance, do you have a cell phone?
No, no, we're not doing that.
But why
I
not?
promise.
It's the same thing.
No, it's
It's
not.
not the
How is it
same
not the
thing.
same thing?
Yeah, because there's no way for you to trace the line of, lineage of where, the minerals that come from to use the phone or to make the phone. But we can
Yes, you
directly
can.
trace. No, you can't. Okay, do it.
Well, you don't know. I mean, you don't know that all the cobalt in the world is.
Yeah, do it. Yeah,
Okay.
sure. We can say the country it comes from, but you cannot tell me where it actually comes from. This is making me upset because you're fucking dodging. You've been dodging this whole time just to justify unnecessary
What did-
exploitation.
what did I
You don't
dodge,
need
brother?
to. And
What did I
bringing up
dodge?
fucking God to
You are
justify.
dodging.
Get the fuck off my panel if you can't actually have a discussion and reason correctly, dude.
Well,
Like you're literally justifying using an animal when you don't need to, slaughtering them and consuming them for fucking pleasure, right? When you have other options and saying, oh, well, God made it, so God, it's okay if we do it because God did it. Fuck out of here, dude. Either
I
you
mean,
own
yeah.
up,
If you don't agree with
don't
that,
dodge.
that's fair. But that's just my perspective.
Yes.
So I don't. What can I
Yes,
say?
I don't care about your perspective.
Clearly.
We're talking about the reality that's happening right now is animals are being used, slaughtered for unnecessary purposes when we have other options, and you're trying to sit over here and say, well, my Bible says it's morally permissible because X, Y, and Z had a fucking vision.
Well,
who gives a fuck?
Because
You're
you have to
causing
have a
unnecessary
do you believe?
harm.
I mean, you must believe in objective morality to have this claim at all. So what is the source of objective morality? What is it?
The source that exists of the objective reality of unnecessary harm and suffering and exploitation is sentience. Because without
What?
sentience, morals don't fucking exist.
Oh, morals don't exist without sentience. Okay,
Yes,
interesting.
exactly.
So
Yes.
morals are subjective. Like there's no objective morality before sentient
no,
creatures came
no.
about.
Objectively, sentience exists. Therefore, if sentience exists objectively and morals are dependent on sentience, then it is logically follows that morals are objective and morals apply to sentience.
No. It does not logically follow that. If morals are dependent on sentience, then morals did not exist prior to
So
sentience.
can you
Yes or
have-
no?
Can you have morals without sentience?
Yes, obviously, without human sentience.
Okay. So you're telling me you can harm a rock because rocks aren't sentient?
Well, morality to me doesn't have to do with harm and suffering the way you're saying. That's another problem, that those claims are also just subjective claims, like what is suffering and what is harm. But back to your point, you said that morals are dependent on sentience. So did morals exist prior to human sentience? Yes or no?
No.
Or any
no,
sentience?
They're hand in hand.
Oh, okay, so they're not objective by
cannot
definition.
have morals
Objective
without
means universal, as in true throughout all
You
time and
cannot have
space.
morals without sentience. You cannot have morals without sentience. So if God is sentient, then you cannot have morals without sentience. What are you not understanding?
Well, I believe, okay, I'll agree with you in the sense that, yeah, within the context of God's sentience, all morals exist. I agree. But are you saying, so you are a theistic vegan?
it
Like,
doesn't matter what I am. I don't have to expound on that.
well, I thought you might like to, but.
I believe morals are objective based on the objective existence of sentience. Like if we had a theological debate, I will destroy you because you cannot prove that your God exists.
Okay.
Prove that I can grant you that God exists, but you couldn't prove that your God is the only true God and that is the God that exists.
Well, I would try. I would go through the transcendental argument, but I would do it kind of deductively,
no,
where
that's
like we
begging
would take the competing systems.
No, that's begging the question.
Well, you haven't even heard the argument, so how do you know it's begging the question?
because it will be begging the question. I'm
Oh,
already
okay,
granting
because you
you
can see the
bounties
future
to
and
this
stuff.
position.
Okay, got you. Yeah, right. Okay, fair enough.
I can. I have precognition.
Oh, wow, that's cool. So, okay, well, let's get back to the point. So, in terms of why eating animals is wrong objectively, it's because it causes harm to a sentient creature. Is that basically the case?
It causes disvalue.
Disvalue? I mean, that's even worse because value is a subjective thing as well. So, how are you going to get out of that?
It's value to one's own intrinsic value, right?
Yeah.
Like, we're not saying like it causes disvalue from what we ascribe. You would ascribe that you yourself have value to yourself, right?
Yeah.
By somebody harming you, they would be disvaluing that from your perspective, right?
Right, but also from the perspective of God, as He says, we're made
No, I'm
in
just-
His image.
well,
But
I'm
yeah,
I'm just describing what we mean by disvalue. It's the value that an individual holds to themselves, so that's respective to their own sentience.
okay, gotcha. And so, how is it? How does it follow that to die is to disvalue yourself?
What?
Well, if the animal is disvalued by nature of dying, like how do you get to that point?
No, disvaluing would be like me coming and like punching you in the face. Like that would be
Oh.
a disvalue to your own sentience, right? You naturally expiring wouldn't be like wouldn't be somebody disvaluing your own experience.
Oh, so it's about like the individual experience of the thing being disvalued.
It's the exploitive act, right? So like if I were to come punch you in the face,
Yeah.
like I could ascribe you zero value, but it would be a
Right.
disvalue to your own like personal sentience, right? Your own intrinsic value.
Okay. So you believe in intrinsic value. That's good. That's good. And that's objective. And animals and humans, they share kind of the same level or different levels, but all value is sort of should be respected. Is that what?
Sentience is binary. You either have the capacity for a subjective phenomenal experience or you don't. Now we can definitely argue like that there are different species that display higher levels of reasoning, right? We can even conclude that very likely humans are at the top of the pyramid, or at least like one amongst the few creatures that are at the top of that pyramid. Right,
Yeah.
when it comes to it. But like that gets dangerous because if we ascribe like it's okay to exploit somebody based on a lack of or potential experience or like a different level experience,
Yeah.
it's very likely that every individual is experiencing or having a different conscious experience than every single other individual from across any species. So they're
Yeah.
just arbitrary. So that's why we go based off of sentience, because it's just that capacity. The consciousness within it is not measurable.
Okay. So who decides like what's sentient and what's not sentient? I mean, I'm willing to grant that animals are sentient. Like I'm not trying to get out of that. But I'm just saying like what is the objective basis for sentience that we ascribe to things which we know we can either value or disvalue? Because you could imagine like a plant even it's alive, we say it's living, but we wouldn't say it's sentient, or maybe you would. I'm not sure.
So I mean, like right now we can go based off of what biology says and what's been demonstrated amongst like animals and like their experience. But I can even grant you that there might be the possibility that like especially within my own worldview that there might be a level of sentience in all biology. But even in that case, like when we consider like physics or biophysics, like because of concepts like entropy, significantly more plants are going to be harmed to produce the same amount of calories than just consuming animals. So no matter which way you look at it, you're going to be causing less harm to biology by consuming a plant-based diet. I mean, unless you found a way to violate the second law of thermodynamics.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to figure out what the objective basis for these words you keep saying, like harm, sentience, like you said at first you said biologists. Did they decide what's harm as well or no?
I'm just talking about like sentient experience and our like actions, and when it comes down to like our consumption and stuff like that. Now, I can grant you that every individual might also experience harm or suffering
Differently.
as
Yeah,
well.
that's the trouble of this. That's the only trouble.
Yeah, but I mean, even in that case, just the fact that they can experience is like what matters, because you can never gauge that, right? Like,
Right.
just because I might like experiencing pain, I might get a different sensation than you might get experience it.
Right.
Doesn't mean that that somebody should deny my intrinsic value or yours.
Yeah, I'm just not seeing that. So, like, if you're some kind of sadomasochist, obviously people think it raises their value to go out and, like, get their nuts stomped on by a dominatrix or something like that, you know? So, people do seek out very different ends based on their subjective experience of pain or harm or whatever, you know?
They're not doing it because they think it raises their value. They're doing it because they have a fucking kink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so, I mean,
just
but that's
wanna-
wrong. Should we stop people from doing that? I mean, you know.